What's up guys, my name is Andre and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be testing a new camera on the channel, which is the Samsung NX2000. And this short overview is going to be mainly through the eyes of a videographer because I'm not too good at taking pictures. I'm just not too fond of taking pictures. I like taking video a lot more. So right now you're listening to the built-in microphones of the Samsung NX2000. I do have a Zoom H1 to record sound. We're shooting this on a completely manual mode with ISO 400, 3.5 f-stop, and 1/30 of a second shutter speed. And again, everything is completely set manually because I hate that cameras start messing about with things. The main thing I hate about this camera is the fact that the files it outputs are very low bitrate, although they are well compressed. It's not like it's low bitrate and poorly compressed. So let's go outside and I'm going to show you how the camera does on the outside with some nice detailed scenery. Okay, so this is an exterior shot using the NX2000 built-in microphone. 1080p 30 FPS. It shoots at about 16 megabits a second at this quality. It's got stereo microphones. The camera is set up completely manually, so we have a 1/1000th of a second shutter speed, f3.5, ISO 100, manual focus, and this is what it looks like. The manual focus option on this camera, although it is an actual ring that you can turn to adjust the focus itself, the lens itself, is actually motor driven, so you're not actually spinning a real ring to move lenses around. So it's very light. The focus ring is very light. I can decrease the shutter speed here to get some more detail in the shade. We're shooting at 20mm currently. This is a variable lens that goes from 20 to 50mm, so it's like 2.5 times optical zoom, which is not impressive. But since this is f3.5, it actually produces some very good looking bokeh. So if I turn it here, now we are at 50mm. This is what it looks like. It's actually very beautiful footage. This is an APS-C camera, which uses the NX mount lens, but you can get adapters to use EF Canon lenses on it, which honestly I would be much better off, because I can get a nifty 50 on this thing and just shoot all day with it. The LCD screen on the back is actually quite good in terms of how well you can pull focus even when you're sitting outside, so that's a big plus. Again, this is all being shot at 16 megabits per second because this is the highest quality that this camera will shoot at 1080p 30. And there's nothing I can do about it. I've heard rumors that there are mods that you can do to the Tizen OS that's running on this camera, but I wasn't able to find anything about how to actually go about doing it. Here I have the lens at 50mm, so this is the highest zoom, optical zoom that we can get. And you might be tempted to say that the sensor doesn't have a whole lot of dynamic range, but I was only really able to appreciate the dynamic range that the sensor has when shooting at night. And I was positively impressed with the performance on low light. Given that this is a 3.5 f-stop lens, so it's not very fast, I was able to use ISO 800 with a 1/30th of a second shutter speed, and still I was able to get some very usable results. So here we have a bit of a more detailed scene, which hopefully is going to show you just how low the bitrate actually is that this camera shoots. So we have two areas here. One that's very bright and one that's not very bright, so you can get an idea of how the detail on the bright areas actually reduces the quality a lot on the dark areas. Not that you're really going to notice this over YouTube, even after I upload this at 1440p at least, even though this camera shoots 1080, so that I can get hold of a good quality VP9 encode on YouTube. But here, let's go from 20 to 50. Let's do this live. Let's try to pull the focus again and adjust the shutter speed. This entire clip is being done at ISO 100, so this is the lowest ISO. So if I want more detail on that pipe, I can just reduce the shutter speed, so we can get more detail on there. So this is 1/60th of a second at f-stop 5.0. So this is still not 50mm. I can get even higher. This is 50mm. Finally, when you get to 50mm, the quality of the lens is actually not very good, so it suddenly becomes very hard to pull proper focus on it. So here, if we go back to 1/30th of a second, hopefully you can see how the quality of the sensor looked like. The focus is all being done manually, as with everything that I do. I try to have as much control as I can. So this is f5.6, and we still get some nice bokeh on the background. So if I focus on the background, you can see just how much the foreground goes out of focus. And I'm going to have to say this, but I really, really thoroughly like the quality. The structure of the image. So imagine the same zoom level, but with f1.8. How much bokeh we were going to have. Anytime I take a picture or I shoot a video, I try to use the lowest ISO setting that I can. Always. So now I'm going to show you some pictures that I have taken with this camera to show you how the actual pictures look like. And all of these have been taken completely manually. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up, and I'm going to see you guys next time. Take care.